Hey, what's up? I'm Ga. I'm in Outer Plane today, but that's not entirely relevant for this video. I've been doing some stuff with my camera and messing around with OBS. Let me know if you like it. I'm over in the top right corner now for this game at least, because there's the least amount of useful info over here. Got some smaller space to move around in. Yeah, let me know if you guys like it, or if you want me to go back to the bigger window. But today, I am in Outer Plane. It is not entirely relevant to my topic of discussion, but kind of is, because this is like the most recent game I've been playing, and one of the easier ones for me to stream and record on my computer. But every time I pick up a new gacha, every time I pick up a new game, everyone always asks, is it free-to-play friendly? And generally, my answer is yes, but the real answer is it depends. Yeah, so there's a lot of factors that kind of go into whether or not a game is going to be free-to-play friendly. And it goes both ways, right? It depends on the player, it depends on the actual game. So part of it is, as a player, are you good with resource management? You know, are you going to be okay if the game just doesn't hand you everything that you need? Like, you know, you kind of gotta plan ahead for things, like be able to read characters' kits, be able to understand the mechanics of the game, whether or not a character is going to be good for your account. And you need to manage and micromanage all your resources, like your gold and your level up materials and your gems for summoning, and you need to know when to stop summoning for a character. So like that's a big part of it, as well as, you know, planning for the future. Like if you're a free-to-play player, then in you know, all likelihood, you're going to need to be able to like project and plan for the long game, because that's really what it's going to be about, whether or not your account's going to be sustainable in the long game. So it's not just about you know, the income that the game gives you. It's about using that income to actually build an account for long term. Because if you're going to be free to play, you are likely going to be better off building for the long term than the short term. And what I mean by that is, you know, making sure that you're doing your dailies every day, focusing on key characters to progress your account, and then planning, you know, not just for tomorrow, not just for next week, but like months in advance, like what characters are going to be relevant, what content is going to be relevant. And that takes a lot of time and effort, because as a free-to-play player, you're not really going to keep up with the whales initially, but as time passes, you'll have enough stuff collected, enough materials, enough characters built up to where you can start to kind of compare to whales a little bit. I saw this in 7 Mortal Sins, where about a year into the game, you know, the top 30 in PvP, it was kind of hard to distinguish between a free-to-play player and a whale. So, you have to plan out your resources, and then, like, the other part of it is how generous of a game are you playing? Like, if the game is only giving you bare minimum, bare bones, that's not necessarily free-to-play friendly. Like, it's like hard mode free-to-play, so to speak. Like, yes, you could do it free-to-play. Any game can be free-to-play if you're a good enough player. Because skill and preparation and planning and saving can kind of mitigate bad luck to an extent. But you just really have to be a skilled player, especially if the game is not inherently free-to-play friendly. Giving out resources, from like dailies and events and things like that. And that kind of brings me to this game, because I do feel like this game is fairly free-to-play friendly. Like, if you are playing it right now and you're here and you do this event, if you look at the event missions, you get a ton of gems and stamina and resources for this. You go into the event shop, there's a ton of stuff here. So I feel like they are doing a good job providing resources for the free-to-play players and whales alike, because everyone loves free stuff. That's just a fact. And then you also might want to look at the gacha system itself. If a game does not have any sort of mileage or pity, then it is less free-to-play friendly. So if we go here and look at the banners here, I'm going to go onto this banner because it has the least amount of lag. So we look here, the chance info. There is a 2% chance to get a 3-star. It's not great. It's about average, actually. But the thing is, they have a mileage system or a pity system where every time you summon, you get these mileage tokens, and then you can use these mileage tokens to recruit a character that is currently on banner. That mileage rolls over to the next banner, which is great. Some games don't do this. They only offer mileage and pity on the current banner, or it is an increased amount. Maybe you need 300 summons to hit pity. So, you got to look at like the income. You got to look at the gacha system, and if the game is set up well, then yes, I would say it is easier to be free to play on a game like this compared to I don't know, like some other game that's not quite as friendly. And then if you look at the cost of upgrading characters, whether or not you need multiple copies of a character or if you can just be a one and done, that is another indication of whether or not a game is free to play friendly. Because technically all of these games are free to play. You do not have to purchase the game like you would for like the Switch or the PlayStation or the Xbox or PC. So all of these games are inherently free to play. It just varies on their level of friendliness. Some are going to try to be a little bit more predatory than others, because at the end of the day, all of these games are here to make money. They want players playing, and they want players spending. The more players that they have, the higher likelihood, I guess, that they're going to have some spending players. So yeah, those are all just kind of like the factors that kind of go into it. As far as Outer Plane itself, the game that I'm currently in, is concerned, yes, this game is very free-to-play friendly. I will say that they don't give enough gold, but I also use an excessive amount of stamina every day, to the point where I don't have enough gold to upgrade things, I don't have enough skip tickets to skip things. But if I were looking at this from a strictly free-to-play player's perspective, the amount of gold and stamina and skip tickets that I would get every single day would be perfectly acceptable. Because I don't have as much stamina every day, then I won't need to use as many skip tickets every day. I won't need to spend as much gold every day. So it would be a lot easier for me to kind of accumulate resources in the long run, build up my account, set it up for the future. But right now I'm just trying to play catch up. So, but yes, this game, incredibly free-to-play friendly. Now, another thing, well, before I get onto my other thing that I want to talk about, basically, any game, I want to reiterate this, I brought this up a little bit earlier, the longer you play the game, the better your account will be. It's just that simple. Like, especially if you're free to play, you're going to be spending time instead of money, but the time that you put in equals a better account, and eventually the whales will cap out, and you'll still be kind of progressing to an extent. So, speaking of whales, whales are good for games. It's very simple. They spend money, companies like money, companies see that their game is making money, they invest into their game, and as a result, everyone benefits. So I want you guys to go on to whatever Discord server you're on and thank the whales that are in your game, because they're keeping that game alive. They're the ones getting you content and free goodies and free stuff. So, yes, thank the whales. And I'm not saying shame the free-to-play players. Definitely do not do that. The free-to-play players are just as important to a game as the whales are. Because, you know, more players, bigger community, it's all good, unless, you know, like the community's toxic. But generally speaking, the more players a game has, the better it is. Or the more enjoyable it is, I should say. So, I see a lot of free-to-play players complaining. Sometimes, I'm not, you know, calling anybody out. I'm not naming names or anything like that. But they complain about the top end of the game. You know, like certain content, or maybe like arena, and you know they're tired of losing to such and such, and they wonder why they can't beat certain things because they don't have certain characters or investment or whatever. You know, just take your time, build up your account, just kind of grind in, you know, the mid game. So I have an analogy, right? It is, imagine the most expensive car that you can. Like, I don't know, like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and someone spends their hard-earned cash, their paycheck, their money, to go buy a fancy car. And then some homeless dude on the street walks into the dealership and wants to know where his car is. Well, you see, the thing is, one guy paid for his car, so as a free-to-play player, you should not be expecting to have everything that a whale has. You know, these people paid for their experience in the game. They paid for like a character or resources or whatever. Let them have it. They paid for that. Like me and you, maybe we didn't pay for that, so we should just, you know, let them have it. Like, I wish I could see the, okay, here we go. Alright, so, these guys up here, these guys in the top, you know, master ranks, they are probably whales. So, they paid to be here. They paid for the gear. or the stamina to grind the gear, or the gold to, you know, craft the gear, or whatever. They paid, you know, probably to pull these characters. They paid for like the skill books to get them maxed out, and, you know, like all that stuff. These people are most undoubtedly whales, which is fine, you know. Like, if I was a free-to-play player, I should not expect to reach #1 rank in any gacha game, because, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, you don't deserve to be there, especially if you've been playing the game for a long time. If you are a day one player and the game has been out for like 3 years, you know, I can see you being in the top. But especially if it's a new game, right? Don't complain about the whales. They paid to be top players, basically. They deserve to be it. Like, they deserve to have it. I mean, they did pay for it. You pay for what you get. So, you know, don't be upset at the people in the top ranks. Unless they hacked, then definitely be upset. But, you know, the whales are good for the game. They keep the game going. They keep the devs interested in continuing production on the game. And at the end of the day, they spent money. So, you know, they, you know, give them, just let them have it, is all I'm saying. You know, they bought their Ferrari, let them drive it around, okay? But for everybody else, just keep doing your thing. Just keep, you know, grinding out the, you know, all the boss fights and all the gear that you can with the stamina that you have. So, like, it's not hurting anybody, is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Whales are good. Free-to-play players are good. Everyone playing the game is good for the game, unless you're hacking or being toxic. So, going back to my very first topic, if a game exists, it can be played free-to-play. And that's pretty much it. I kind of ranted a little bit. It was kind of a stream of consciousness, but it's something I've been thinking about for a little while and wanted to put together a video on it. So, well, here you go. If you guys agree with me, disagree with me, if you guys have something to add, let me know in the comments section down below. I've got some more videos coming. This was just one of them. Ooh, hey, look, Diamond 1, sweet. So, yeah, feel free to like, comment, sub, all that good stuff. I'm gonna keep the content coming, and we're definitely going to be doing some more Outer Plane. I love this game, even through all its bugs and randomness in PvP. It's good, I like it. And if you haven't tried it, definitely try it. But coming up, Guardian Tales has their anniversary, and we are definitely going to be doing something for that. So stay tuned, look forward to it. I'm probably just going to finish up these last couple of PvP matches, and then I'll call it a day. So, if you guys have any questions about games in general, or specifically this game, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shift gears, focus on the matches here, and then we'll see you in the next one, unless you want to stick around. But yeah. Alright, let's see if there's anybody I can revenge. No, I'm just gonna click refresh. Yes, refresh. Oh. What happens if I refresh again? No, I don't want to pay. I I don't feel like giving a member of Cress a free win, especially if they're already in master rank. So we'll hit this guy. And then we're gonna bring Tio. Once I finish my dolly, things will be a little bit more interesting. Yo, this, whoa. This guy's team is hella fast. What the hell? Jesus. Oh my gosh, what happened? My Noah was ahead. Now she's not. Okay, well, we just gotta wait Leo's invulnerability out. Do we need to heal anybody? I don't think so. And then hopefully we just kind of live this, and then we can retaliate. Alright. Oh boy, evasion buff. Very nice. Cool. Love it. Well. Okay. Alright. Well, there we go. That wasn't too bad. This should be interesting. So I've mostly been doing PvP matches on YouTube for Outer Plane. If you guys want to see any like guides or build videos or anything, let me know. Because I can definitely do those. Oh, this is gonna be problematic. Wait, isn't this her revive skill? I don't think anybody's dead, and now it's gonna be on cooldown. Oh, it also heals. Okay. Well, let's heal our Noah up. You also got a ton of evade on everybody. That's super annoying. Oh, you know what? I just realized that I forgot to put Cindy back on my team. Whoops. Well, I hope you enjoy the free 20 points. Because I forgot to put Cindy back on, so that's big unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we win this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it up. Mr. Lazarus, enjoy your 20 points. Scoop. Alright. And I think that will do it for today. Yep. Alright, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.